Previously on 9 Hours, 9 Persons, and 9 Doors.
Oh shit! This man 7 is a G! This man 7 is real! Oh my god, he just changed the direction of this whole entire game. This man pulled out the golden gun. This man said, I am 007. I am about to kill everybody with one shot up in this place. Oh man, this is like the biggest twist of the game yet. This is great. This is getting good. See? I told you. His lips curled into a cruel, mocking smile. This man turned into man number 9. The guy number 9 did the same thing. A shudder traveled the length of Junpei's spine. His chest froze and he could feel his breath go stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei felt as though his head were about to explode. He sensed a sudden change in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. The gun in his right hand, a revolver, the golden gun from fucking GoldenEye. This is great. This man didn't just pull out a gun. He didn't just pull out like a basic, pistol or anything. This man pulled out a golden revolver. Like, where did that come from? Like, honestly, where did this come from? Like, any gun you could have thought of. It could have been like a shotgun. It could have been a sniper rifle. No. This man pulled out a golden revolver. What the hell? This is great. Sana had grabbed Jun from behind. That sounds weird. Impressed with what Junpei's shaken brain identified as a revolver roughly against her temple. What was he doing with a gun? Where on earth had Sana possibly found a gun? And at that, a damn golden revolver. Junpei's questions roared in his mind, but his mouth refused to ask him. Seven spoke, almost though as he had sensed Junpei's confusion. The gun's from the other room. What room? One of the rooms behind door 6. I should have known he was gonna do this. I should have taken the gun. Heh, well, it's too late now, fat ass. Oh shit, this man got cold. Damn it. A mixture of fury and frustration twisted Seven's face, and he glared at Sana. Sana, for his part, didn't so much as flinch. Dude, this game got hella good. The corner of his lip twitched into a slightly wider smile. Then the smile faded, and he began to move. Oh shit, where's he going? He walked backward, dragging Jun with him. Before long, his back was resting against the door. On the wall next to him was the red. He put his hand on the scanner panel quickly, and then forced Jun to do the same. Uh-oh. That's not gonna work. Now, time for you to start following my orders. Ace, Lotus, congratulations! I've chosen you to come with me. Put your hands on the red. Fucking right now. 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 8 equals 18. That's what Sana had meant when he said he needed 2 more. Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order. Sana's eyes narrowed to slits. He glared at Ace and Lotus. But hold up. Is this a bluff or is this gun even, is this gun fake? It could be fake, because if it was just chilling in the other room, there could possibly be a chance that there's no bullets in it. They stayed frozen, like deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car. Right. Fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys just don't get it. What's he talking about? There's no way there's bullets in there. No sooner were the words out of Sam's mouth then his hand twitched. Oh shit! This man's got bullets in the golden gun. I stand corrected. And the gun roared. A section of the floor exploded, scattering wooden splinters across the floor. A thin plume of smoke staked out of the hole in the floor. There could be no doubt that the gun was real and worked. Well, hold up. If it's a revolver, he's only got 6 shots. He just wasted 1. But why? Sana, why are you... Clover's voice spoke of betrayal and disbelief. Sana, I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends. What? You knew about the leaf word and the 4-leaf clover. Sana's cheek twitched, almost imperceptibly. What the hell is that shit? I've got no idea. You're lying. Shut up! Just shut up, you stupid bitch! You want me to put a bullet in your fucking head? Flecks of spit flew from Sana's mouth, his face twisted with rage. Clover recoiled, her eyes wide when she spoke. Her voice was very small. Sana? He snorted, then shook his head vigorously and turned to face Ace and Lotus. Alright, assholes. Alright, assholes. What are you still there standing there for? Get over here and scan those fucking bracelets. I don't have all fucking day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to go? Going senile, maybe? Ace and Lotus still didn't move. It almost seemed as if they couldn't move. June's face was pale behind Santa's arm. Her eyes were wild, and her chest heaved with every quick breath, like an animal cornered by a predator. Look at her face in the picture, though. Junpei's mind worked furiously. What were they gonna do? Then he realized something. There was nothing they needed to do. There was nothing to debate. June's safety was the first priority. That much was obvious. Doing as Santa had commanded meant that she would be safe from at least 2 threats. She wouldn't be shot, and she would leave the ship alive, along with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. There was only one thing for Junpei to do. He turned to Ace and Lotus. Please, go.
Huh?
But, Jumpy, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're gonna be stuck, Jumpy. And so will Clover and Seven.
I know. But you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out. Right, Seven? Right. You just leave it to us. It's gonna piss me off to do what Santa says, but...
Don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of. But, no, you can't. Ace, Lotus, don't do it. Don't worry about me, please.
June was almost crying. Junpei walked around behind Ace and Lotus. Without a word, he laid a hand on each of their backs and gently pushed them forward. They almost stumbled, then righted themselves and took another step, and another. They turned around, and Junpei nodded. Ace and Lotus turned around again and walked slowly toward the door where Santa was waiting for them. After what seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9. Santa smiled. Alright, now let's get those hands on the scanner panel. What's the holdup? What, you think I'm fucking around here? I don't give a shit about this girl. The red doesn't need a person, you know. All I need is a bracelet. You get it? Good. Now put your fucking hands on the scanner. Now. I'm not gonna say it again. He shoved the revolver harder against June's head, and she winced. Fine. Ace sighed, defeated, and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand onto the scanner panel. The 4th asterisk blinked on. Good job! Now, Lotus, pull that lever. As soon as the door opens, you get your ass in here. Try anything stupid, and you know what happens, right? Junpei could almost hear Lotus's teeth grind. The door slid open. Door number 9 opened at last. It opened with a low, powerful rumble, a drum roll to the welcome, the chosen few. All right, go! Lotus and Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated. Santa waited until they were all the way inside, then hauled himself and June across the threshold as well. 6, 7, 8. Later. What the hell just happened? This man just went crazy! After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. The gust of air it created caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. The hell? The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hand and traced with her finger the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the 2 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read engaged. He moved to the smaller door. The red read vacant. The digital root of the remaining people was 7. 5 plus 4 plus 7 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. There was no possible way for them to open a door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door. He thought about June, about Akane Karashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped this horrible boat, that was what Junpei prayed for, and this game better not fucking end like this. I swear to God, game, you better not end like this. Seven came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do? Seven opened his mouth to respond when... The fuck? A noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. It wasn't mechanical. It was certainly human. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. What the hell is that?
Shh. Quiet.
Clover motioned to Seven to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. What the hell? Is it the altar? The three of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from. Where? Where was it coming from? Oh shit, it's the altar. Do not open that shit. Could it be? Leave it alone. Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin. No, don't open it. I don't like this music.
You're right. Let's open it.
Or, let's open it. No, but how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and...
Just shut up and try. Junpei and Seven grabbed hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find and pull with all their strength. Damn it. Man, it won't even budge. There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it. Not another one. Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so. The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder. They had no idea who was in the coffin, but they wanted out. And they wanted out now. They had no idea what they were supposed to do. Without a passcode, it didn't seem like there was a lot they could do. They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one. Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews, and Seven investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing. Oh, I don't like this part, guys. I don't like this at all. This is scary. The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room. What if something just pops out of there? What was the passcode? What was Junpei supposed to do? How was he supposed to figure that out? He needed something. Oh, hell no. Please. Don't pop out. What is going on, everyone? Please 67 here. Welcome back to another episode of 999. 9 hours, 9 persons, and 9 doors. So let's go ahead and get this episode started, shall we? So this is the true ending. This is the final ending. This is the ending of all endings. This is the ending that is going to put this LP in the books. Another one finished, another one down, and we will be moving on to Zero's Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, which is the second game in the series, and hopefully we can get to Zero Time Dilemma after that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to beat Virtue's Last Reward to get to Zero Time Dilemma, but I know you guys are telling me that the second game has a lot of endings, probably more endings than this game, and I'm just like, oh my god, that could get so repetitive, but we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and jump into this, but before we do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to join the Ultimates. Become one of my Ultimates, please and thank you. So, let's do this. The world blinked. Oh crap, what the hell's going on now? Suddenly there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. And Truth had gone. Oh, now Truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. What the hell was that? What the hell was... Junpei said the same thing. What the hell was that? That voice. Junpei was utterly and completely baffled. Huh? What are you talking about?
What's up?
Seven and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell them. If he told them he'd heard a voice, they'd laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. So all he said was, "Oh, nothing." He cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. There were a pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Wait, hold up. So it made sense how he found out, you know, the right, left code, because I think that's where it's getting to right here. It made sense in that ending, in the safe ending, because we opened the safe and it told us. But in this ending, or it didn't tell us, but Clover had a piece of paper in her hand and it told us, and then we opened the safe. But here, he's just remembering it, randomly? Is this like the morphogenic field thing that they were talking about before? Like, how does he know? Anyways, back to this. Junpei, press the buttons on the bracelet. It's right, left, right, left, right, left. Or, oh, that was the wrong one. Oops.
That's wrong. You should know that already. Why are you such a dumbass?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Okay, it's right, left, right, left. That's the right one. Right, left, right, left, right, left.
That was it.
Aha. Perfect. And then it's going to give us the code, and we're going to put it in and open that coffin and get Snake. Hopefully Snake's in there again. 8 numbers blinked on and then off on the bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. Hey, this time Clover's with us. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. I just said that.
Huh? Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh, are those...
Junpei didn't answer. He simply walked straight to the coffin. Yes, yes, Junpei, you remember. You remember. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so that he wouldn't forget. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Okay, I think I got it. With trembling fingers, he punched them in. Snake and Clover are going to be reunited. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. That was all of them. He punched the E button. He punched it. He didn't just press it. He punched that E button. There was a moment of complete silence. Lock open. There it is. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid on. Oh, dude. If Alice is in there this time, that would be crazy. Someone sat up out of it. Clover, what the hell? Oh, it is Snake. Oh, is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you. Snake!
Oh my. How did you?
Junpei. And 7. Is that you? Is everyone else there as well? Just like Rip Van Winkle. What? Still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask, Rip Van Winkle? Junpei. Rip Van Winkle, though. Junpei and 7 shared a weary smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back.
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms. Oh, this is amazing. They're back together. Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
You're back. You're back.
Clover looked like nothing so much. Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she was about to begin hyperventilating. This is amazing right here. I'm glad that they're back together.
You're back. You're really here.
Her voice was happy, but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arms strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
Oh, you're back.
Now, what's gotten into you? Acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though you did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
You jerk. Idiot. Idiot. Idiot.
Ugh. It's so beautiful. I can't believe this. Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time, and every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and 7 sat down on one of the pews, waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired. We gotta let this man know. June got taken. Santa went crazy. We don't know what's going on. This man had the golden gun. I see. I believe I understand things rather well now. Thank you. In the shower room, there's a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought I was dead. Correct? I quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours. So that, of course! We thought you were dead! We thought you were gone! Your arm blew off! Your body blew up! Junpei nodded. You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight? Seven had been rather surprised to learn of the dead body in the captain's quarters. With everything that had taken place, Junpei had simply forgotten to mention it to him. Well then, I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but there's still something of a mystery. Who did all this, and why? The corpse in the shower room, that looked like me. And the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were? Yeah, and who killed them? You don't know? No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Guy X. Anyway, Mr. X was wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
Well, isn't that just
Convenient? He just woke up as soon as we found the 9 door.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red. Where did they get you? Do you remember? It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck. What happened? The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A can releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. And then I woke up. I was in this coffin. Well, thanks for giving us that monotone tone. Well, you're welcome, Junpei. Well, screw you, Snake. You're so mean. He's an asshole. Junpei crossed his arms and thought, you're an asshole. Why had Zero made Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How had the results of that trick benefited Zero? It was a mystery. Junpei couldn't make sense of it. What bastard could have done this? He also didn't have a satisfactory explanation for how he discerned the key code for the coffin. It just didn't make any sense. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. And Truth had gone. What did that mean? Did it mean anything? And why had Junpei felt compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them? It's that morphogenic feels, I'm telling you! A teleportation! That telepathy! Seven had asked him about it while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He'd had no answer for him then, and he still didn't. All he could say was that it seemed to have been a subconscious reaction. His fingers had simply moved of their own accord. It was the only explanation that made any sort of sense, and it made almost no sense. Junpei had no idea what any of it meant. His mind was a maelstrom of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries. He could barely think. And of course, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access...
I told you! I told you! The morphogenic fields are back!
The ability to access a morphogenic field is affected by a couple of things. The first thing is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was, I can't remember.
There'd been another experiment conducted on the same ship 9 years ago. A girl had died during it. Morphogenic field theory. The 2 murders. Switching clothes. Switching clothes! That right there. What are the robes? What are the meaning of the robes? That's what I want to know. The nonary game. And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as though he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together. Zero. He was the ringleader. The person who had trapped 9 people on a sinking ship. Zero knew everything. If they could uncover Zero's identity, all of their questions would be answered. Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps... At any rate, I'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? To that other number 9 door. 5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. We're in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you right. Well, Snake, we can open the door.
Long time you hadn't figured that out.
As they sniped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2 on it. Well, of course.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I assumed you'd figured it out.
God, forget it. Let's just get going. Cause I don't understand you guys. I can't think straight. You guys know I lost my memory. I got amnesia.
Shut up, Seven. Seven stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. Seven quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon, there were 4 asterisks on the screen. Seven glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
Alright. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Junpei paused for a moment. Wait, not yet. Wait, what's going on with Junpei?
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something. Hold on. You want to check something? Yeah, but before I do, Seven, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please. This is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here. Junpei looked directly into Seven's eyes. The older man looked back for a moment, then nodded.
Fine. I'll pull the hell lever. I do everything you guys tell me. I'm a black guy.
What the hell? Seven pulled down on the lever and door 9 creaked open. Then they waited. 6, 7, 8, and it closes. So they didn't even need to. Okay, after 9 seconds, the door closed. Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So? We knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious? Yeah, you're right. It is. Now what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
But?
Zero's bracelet. Why don't you take it out, Clover? For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei.
So you did know I had it. I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
Ah, that was the bulge in her pocket. Got her.
How did Junpei? Is it the morphogenic fields again? I'm telling you. She reached into one of the pockets of her voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. Junpei took it out. Junpei took it from her and turned to Seven. This was in the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters Cap. If Cap was really 0, then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. 5 plus 4 plus 0 equals 9. Oh, and then have 7 go into the other door with Snake? Or wait, what? But most importantly, if you were Cap, and this was your game, would you really put one of these bracelets on yourself? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
After he and Clover scanned their bracelets, he waved Caps over the scanner paddle. Then he pulled the lever. However, the door didn't open. The Red's display read error. I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register. Seven waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared on the red.
Huh? Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility. That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying? Yep, that's what we found out in the safe ending. That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out. Junpei. Scan the bracelet with its combination. I forgot what number it was in the safe ending. Shoot. Let's go with 7 Junpei and Cap. If this combination of the door, then Cap's bracelet was number 6. See what happens, guys.
Oh, I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Hey, it open. The door open.
What? Why? What does it mean?
Both Stefan and Clover seemed rather shaken as they turned to look at Junpei for answers. This man said, I ain't got no answers, but I'm pretty awesome for guessing out on the first try. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow. Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6. 7 plus 5 plus 6 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
But I'm scratching my head a little bit. But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a 0, a number 0. It's a letter O.
Oh. Yeah, O. O. It's O.
Well, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah?
Does this mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Before Junpei could answer, Snake spoke up. Indeed, there is most likely only one person will have a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Oh, wait! Is June? Nah, June can't be 0. Wait, but I don't know. She's been passing out and pretending that she's sick and all this. It would be kind of weird. But I don't know, guys. If she's 0, I kind of wouldn't be surprised, because that would be some huge, like, that would be a huge shock factor right there. Like, that's some shock value. I need that. I want to see that. If June is really 0, I'm gonna go freaking berserk. That would be awesome. Well, that's only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with. What? Her bracelet was flipped. In other words, June's real number is 9? Nah. That seems the most likely. Well, then how did we get through all those doors with her, with the number 6 in mind?
Then all the numbered stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously in it. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Clover. Junpei leaned over to look at it. List of all the numbered doors June's gone through. Yeah, it wouldn't add up if she had the number 9. Clover read each row out loud so that Snake could follow along.
Alright, I made a list of all the numbered doors that June had gone through so far. I wrote down which door she went into and with who. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 or wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work.
Exactly.
If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4. If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything? Oh, wait. I'm talking to Seven's voice. Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
No, I'm about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3. It's Santa's real number. 7, would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure.
7 took the pen from a confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations.
Uh-oh. This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
He read out the changes he'd made. When he finished, he looked at Snake. Snake smiled.
Thank you. That's exactly right, 7. And even though I can't fucking see, I don't know why you would say that. Why wouldn't you just tell me the numbers? Because, I mean, it's not like it's Braille or anything. My bad. Santa's shoe number wasn't 3. It was 0.
Oh, what? What?
No way. Then it's 0?
And June was 9, not 6. On the contrary, Santa was 0, not 3. Plus 3 and minus 3. They cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Wow.
Whoa. That is weird. Then that means that even though you set the whole damn thing up, Santa was still playing by the rules of the Dodo game this whole time. Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0. If my hypothesis is correct.
Damn. What? What? Santa being 0? Clover bit her lip. She seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei remained silent and thought. Zake's hypothesis didn't satisfy him. June's bracelet was flipped. Even if that were possible, then there would have been 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that were the case?
Alright, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
It's high noon.
Alright, so let's finally go through this door.
Enough talking. Enough conversing. It's time to walk through.
Door 9 opened. They leapt through. Oh shit.
Find the dead, find the dead.
The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Oh, that's easy. Quickly, they scanned their bracelets.
Yo, this just took a turn for like, wow.
And the detonator stopped. After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them. At the end was a set of stairs leading down into the ship. It looked as though they had led all the way to the bottom deck. They looked down. It didn't seem to be flooded. After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door. And of course, there was a symbol engraved over the keyhole. It looked like the sort of harpoon one would use to hunt fish, the kind with 3 prongs. Stake traced the shape of it with his finger. This is the Neptune symbol. I was just thinking that, the god Neptune. There must be a key around here somewhere. Neptune key. All Junpei had was the Uranus card. Not the same planet, and not even the same sort of key. Clearly it wasn't going to open this door. Shit. Well, what the hell? After examining the door for a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back the way they'd come. With a little more searching, they found a metal door. Ah, that's exactly what we needed, to decide if it was a card reader. A symbol was engraved onto the card reader. It matched the Uranus symbol on the key card Junpei was carrying. This is the place. He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. Perfect. It beeped once, and the light on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Junpei, Clover, Snake, and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. The room they found themselves in was full of books. They looked remarkably like a library. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books, more the sort of library that was simply a place to store books. He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority. Alright, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I said we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well. Sure thing. Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. Uh-oh. As he began to search for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind.
Well, what the heck?
Are we gonna see Alice? Are we actually gonna see Alice? Ladies and gentlemen. This is hype. This is hype. Alright, so now we're in the library. So, I'm guessing we're gonna have to do more puzzles. There's a note on the table.
Might to the books. Huh? What does that mean?
Interesting. Well,
Intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next. They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather like myself.
Oh, that's depressing.
That's horrible.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. Not at all. I live in darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch some truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you may say. Okay. Well, with that being said,
Energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like this shows all science and technology.
can we move up? The handrail is made of metal. Oh, wow. Thanks for telling me that, game. And this thing is narrow. I feel like I'm walking across a tightrope. Jeez, Snake, aren't you scared? Imagine a wall 20 inches wide that runs along the top of a 10-story building. Could you walk along that wall, Junpei? No way! What about a balance beam in a gymnasium? Oh, well, that's easy. You don't find that strange? A balance beam is far narrower than 20 inches. So why is it that a balance beam poses no challenge to you, but the hypothetical 10-story wall does? Well, I don't know. The light can easily turn people into cowards. From time to time, a life in darkness can give you courage. Well, all this darkness talk, I feel like I'm playing Kingdom Hearts.
This one says transition of instinct species.
We need to hurry it up, or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Sorry.
Theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. It's that Darwin guy, right?
Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species, and then he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. I wish Ant was here. Exactly. Is that book sticking out right there? Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kind of romantic in a way, I guess. What's this? I guess the books on the shelf with transition of instinct species are about living creatures.
There's the Cambrian explosion. Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria?
Coheed and Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period. Research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Well,
why did mankind lose their tails? Do you know what this one's about?
Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail? Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least, that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it incorrectly.
Huh? Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that?
Honestly, like, I'm with 7 on that. Like, how would a kid want to read a book like that? Why would a kid want to read a book like that? Dang, this place is massive, dude. What the hell? What the hell is this? What's the deal with these titles?
Oh, just gibberish.
Hey, what if we, like, switch them around?
Switch them around.
Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Well, this one says Pew. Oh, is it that disease? That disease that we... Wait, hold up. I have to remember how to spell it. Yeah, that's how it goes. How about this? They talked about it in the safe ending. Looks like putting these books in the right order opened this thing right up. Heh, that was a piece of cake.
Hooray! You did it, Junpei.
I guess that turned out well enough.
So letters from the title spell out. Open here, find bulb.
Oh wait, yeah, it does. Open here, find bulb. I was trying to spell something else. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
The light bulb looks like it's brand new. And it's really big, so it'll make a lot of light.
Yeah, it's definitely big. Know what you mean.
Theory of general relativity, huh?
Oh, you know this one. That's Einstein, right?
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong.
Teletemperation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about?
I know what telepathy is, but I never heard of teletemperation.
It refers to having the ability to travel through time.
This one says to go the rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about?
It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon. According to Chinese legend. Oh my god, there's so much. There's so much, guys. There's so many things to inspect in here. Oh wait, this shelf looks empty. This one, open here, find bulb. We did that one already. Wait, hold up. We can go downstairs too? Holy crap, this place is massive. What's a picture book like that doing here? Looks like it's about Little League.
It does seem a little weird that it's so different from the others, huh? Maybe you ought to take it with you.
Maybe I oughta. Whoa. What is going on in this place?
There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa! What the hell? Pop-up book. It says head. What the freak? Hold up.
This is one of those pop-up books, isn't it? It says H-E-A-G.
Head. You mean like where my brain is? What in the world? Alright, so it looks like we're looking for all these bulbs. What's up here? What the hell? An overview of photochemistry.
I think we're set to step one and have to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay?
Huh? Looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books.
Look, Junpei. I think there's something hidden behind the books.
And what is that? The bulb? Is that another bulb? Yes, it's another bulb. So we got 2 powerful light bulbs. Where the hell are these light bulbs gonna go, though? There aren't any books that look suspicious. Okay. This one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, maybe talking about cultivating a sixth sense. Dude, this guy Snake is a boss. Like he literally like guesses everything. He knows so much. He's like a human book. Dad kind. What the hell is this? Isn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Well, I don't even know what the hell that word is.
This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something.
I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. What is this? Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? And what is this one?
Sheldrake.
Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... Okay, well...
It says Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about with a Riemann, isn't it? Pretty straightforward.
Heavens no. There are many factors. Length, girth, lubrication, or a lack of. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field.
Wow.
So much stuff in here. Oh, here's where the light bulbs are gonna go, it looks like. My gosh, this place is massive. Why? For what reason?
It's another one of those kids' picture books. Looks a lot like the other one we found. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one.
Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa!
That was one of them pop-up books, right? Got a letter L, and K popping out of it. Can't make any sense out of them, dude. Large, round, and kinky. Large, round, and kinky. I just want to grab Lotus's booty. You already know what I mean, Junpei. No, hey, Lotus or Seven, I know what you mean. I want to grab Lotus's booty too. Anyways, Nah, probably not. Nah, probably not.
What's Hellenism?
I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. He must have been right on that, because Snake didn't say anything. Gamma ray astrophysics. And this book develops an astronomy theme. Energy theory. Development of nanotechnology materials. Interaction between shortwave energy and matter. What else have we got?
Just listening to you read these titles is giving me a headache.
I can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. And for real, I'm really going to sleep. I'm going to sleep just hearing all these books. Darn. So many of them. Mother Nature. That's some sort of book about hippie chicks. Hippie chicks? I like hippie chicks. Jimi Hendrix was a good guitarist. Yeah, I saw him at Woodstock. Probably not. Except perhaps Tangent. Well, I can't say that. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? Hippie chicks? Chicks that are hippies? What does this note say right here? There's a note on top of the table. It says lights to the books. Okay. Oh, whoa. I think I know what it means. So these kids' books that we're gonna have are gonna go right here in this, in the middle of this. They're dim lights on the floor. The dim lights are set at 3 books, or 3 points across the floor. So we're gonna get 3 kids' books that all pop out. And I'm guessing all the light bulbs are gonna shine on them and spell something. I wonder what this one is. Whoa, what's this? Warm.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. What's the deal with this sappy stuff? What is so warm?
It's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. That's funny.
Why is that funny? Modern Japanese literature, huh?
It's another one of those picture books here. Something about these things feel kind of nice, you know? Brings back good memories.
I guess even people like Seven were kids once.
No shit, you little brat.
Hey guys, cool it. Chill out. Alright, I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. Alright, so we got 3 picture books. What's this one though? It's got a magic wand on it. Okay, is this Harry Potter? So, what's inside? Well, I'm just gonna open it. Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside. Smart. Oh, whoa! Cess. Looks like another pop-up book. This book has an S, an E, a dash, and a number 5 sticking out of it. I might be impressed if I was 5. Ah! Junpei, you are just amazing. So what the hell else is in this room? Get out of here. Alright, what is this door right here? Hold up. What the heck?
But some sort of glass inlay. It's pretty big, but there's only 6 buttons on it. That seems kind of weird.
Hey, it looks like there's something on the bottom. I can't really see it though. The glass is all foggy.
The freak? What is this? In the middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate the numbers around until you've got the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. Wait. What the heck? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, wait. If we look in there. If we look at the oh, dude, this reminds me of Silent Hill. So I see 632 on this side. So let's move this one up. 632. And then I see a 416. 6. Or is that a 5? Oh, it's a 5. Okay. Sweet.
You did it, Junpei. Hey.
I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? Alright. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number. Oh, okay. I know. Wait, what the heck? There isn't a lock there anymore. Okay. Yeah. Can we open it? Oh, there we go. Oh, there's that last bulb that we needed. Sweet. So we got 3 bulbs and 3 books. Let's see if this is sufficient. It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look kind of like music stands. Maybe if I put them on top of the stands. Oh, maybe I have to click the light bulbs? All right, so there are 3 lights in here. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should... Whoa, those light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. Haha! And then put those books in the middle.
Wow, it's so bright now. It's almost blinking.
All right, that means we just have to do this. Where's the books? Where's the books? Where's the books? Pop-up book. It's really bright in here. Okay, I understand that. It's really bright in here. We opened all the books, right? All 3 of these books. We opened them all, so the game should. It's really bright in here. Or maybe I could put them on the stands. It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look kind of like music stands. Okay, how about we try putting these picture books on the stands? Then, okay. Sheldrake 5.
Awesome. It looks like it worked.
There you go, Junpei. Good job, buddy.
There's something projecting on the bottom.
These letters, they seem familiar.
Yeah, we just saw them back here. Sheldrake's on this wall. It should be right here. It says Sheldrake on the spine of this book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. Well, I want 5, so 5 should be in the middle. Can he not take it? Do I have to actually look at this? Sheldrake 5. Sheldrake. Junpei read the text out loud.
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
7 and Clover walked off, leaving Junpei and Snake behind. Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean. Junpei grinned. Yeah. Lotus told me about him. Oh, I remember that.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He had a rather interesting theory. The theory of morphogenic fields, which relies on the theory of morphogenic resonance. Or morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh? Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff. She did. Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access the morphogenic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is...
Oh, we read this. We heard it.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone. You did? Why? Junpei's eyes narrowed. Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay? Tell you what. Don't give me that. About the experiment. Snake's shoulders slumped and he shook his head slowly. He'd finally given up. Very well. Fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor. Uh-oh. Junpei nodded. With that, they climbed the stairs to the top floor. He's about to show me something. Snake was silent for a moment after they arrived, then finally crossed his arms and spoke. I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card. Snake reached into his sleeve and pulled out a small, stiff piece of paper. Oh, that's the Braille one, right? That he lied to us about and said that it said something else? Looked a good deal like the one he'd shown everyone on the central staircase. So you had 2 cards? No, only one. Huh? What did you mean? He lied to us, that's why. I thought the card just had some rules for the Nonary game on it. Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read. And that was... Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell and I activate your sister's detonator. Holy shit. Oh. Well, Snake nodded. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from 02? Well, is Zero listening in on us now? I don't believe she did. Doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers? Yeah, that does seem a little weird. To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl. What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs, happy as a clam now that you're back. Snake glanced down at Clover and Seven, examining one of the bookshelves. That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us. Why not? Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group after the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was. Really? Well, we kind of learned that before, too. Snake paused and cocked his head, as though he was listening to something very far away. His face looked dark, as though something was weighing on him. Hey, Snake? Junpei wasn't quite sure what to say. Snake turned and looked at him. Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment? Yeah. How much do you know? Junpei relayed to Snake everything Clover had told him. Yeah, Clover already told us about this. The morphogenic field in the experiments 9 years prior that had dealt with it. How the experiment had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. How they played the known era game. He told him everything. And finally, he told him how a girl had died during the experiment. Oh, she told you all that, did she? Snake looked down. His face was tight. A slight tremor shook his body, and he tried to hide it. He was putting on a good front, but even Junpei could tell that he was holding back something deep and powerful. He made as if to brush something from his face and looked up at Junpei. At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine is who did this and why, right? Yes. Can you tell me what happened? Snake nodded slowly. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceutical. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro, Hongo, Nagisa Najisaki, Taraki Kubota, and I'm butchering all these names. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Najisaki was his right-hand man, and then the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division. And Mitsushito was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. They look kind of familiar? Even though we're only seeing, like, a little bit of their face? But, like, the features on the guy on the left look kind of similar to the Knife Man? And the chin on the guy... Well, we already know Ace is the CEO, which is on the top. Nah, maybe... I don't know. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it and Nagasaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Masashiro provided the cash. So it's Hongo, Nagasaki, Kubota, and Masashiro. Junpei couldn't shake the sense that he had heard those 4 names somewhere before. And of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with the research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. Of course. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, that's what you should say. For this control was the morphogenic field. Oh, we've heard that word so many times. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question. I see why you guys wanted me to play all the bad endings, because now, like, it's all coming together in this one, like, huge, massive dropping of information. Like, if I wouldn't have played the other bad endings and I would have just jumped into the true ending, like, I wouldn't have gotten all that information from the doors, the past doors that we had to go through. Like, I understand why you guys told me to do that. Thank you. How many people there were who can answer correctly without having seen the problem before? Why? How? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And to that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenic fields. That's just a theory. Can't bring yourself to believe it. Not really. Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murderer. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial. So what matters here is that Hangu believed in the morphogenic field? Snake nodded. I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying. Yes. So how are they going to do that with a morphogenic field? I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chance of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far? Yeah, I think so. But let's say, hypothetically, that there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people. What would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do? Come on, there's no way. I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? I don't know. A person who has the power to write to the field and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these? Junpei thought about it for a moment. The transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right? Yes, close enough, at least. Come on, that's just crazy. Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. Snake suddenly looked very serious. Junpei, have you ever heard of the Ganzfeld experiment? Yeah, we've heard of that. Junpei nodded. Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? They put a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then they showed one of them a picture and asked the other one what they saw. Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct. So, why'd you bring up the Ganzfeld experiment? It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceutical. Hangu used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. This is crazy, guys. This is, like, completely crazy. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped. His face barely moved as he spoke. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. Holy shit. The children who were put in group 0 were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building 0 in Nevada, in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in group A. Are we in the desert right now? Is that where we are? Are we really on the Titanic? The members of group A were placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hangu had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what it is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted to the field, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. Therefore, Hangu set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each puzzle before they could move to the next room. Of course, he had forgotten to include danger. More specifically, he had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the no-nary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life or death situation, Hangu hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. Which we think Junpei just did, honestly. The children from Group 0, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment Building 0. Building 0 duplicated the interior and the puzzle of the Gigantic exactly, which we could possibly be at right now. I'm going to explain the situation to the children in Group 0. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you solve them, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink and your brothers and sisters will drown. Holy shit. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All the equipment, the instruments, everything, all of it identical. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts were facing by putting themselves in the same situation. They attempted to solve the problems they knew the astronauts were experiencing. Once they had found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. Wow, this is interesting. That's how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic and Building 0. The children from Group 0 had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage. Snake sounded defeated. His half-hearted attempt at derision served only to show how much the story had affected him. Just as Junpei was about to speak.
Hey, Junpei, Snake, how much longer you two gonna sit around on those bony asses? Get down here already.
Seven's voice echoed up from below. Snake took a deep breath and blinked rapidly, as if just waking from a long nap. Holy crap, that man was throwing out information left and right. He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here and soon. Snake headed for the stairs, but Junpei put out an arm to stop him. Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you. Are you sure that there were 18 kids? Why? Well, I thought it was only 16. Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hangu's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a no-nary game with any less, could you? Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong? Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. Well, I mean, it's either a surprise the news gets everything wrong. However, they had no relatives I am aware of. I imagine no one filled a police report when they were missing. They were brother and sister. Like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. Aoi! The sister's name was... Her name was... Snake couldn't seem to bring himself to continue. It looked as if he was about to say... Brought him great pain. Her name was Akane. What? 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 Oh my god! Oh, hold up. Keep reading. That was the girl who died. The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Junpei felt as if he had been punched in the stomach. His vision went blurry and his head felt light. He couldn't think straight. Everything was blank. I'm done. Had Akane Kirishiki died 9 years ago? If she had, then who was June? What? No, that was impossible. It couldn't be true. Akane wasn't an uncommon name. If Snake had known her last name, then that would have been a different matter entirely. So they shared a name. There were many other people who did as well. It meant nothing. It was a different person. Of course it was a different person. It had... Junpei shook his head hard and pulled himself back to reality. There's something wrong, Junpei. Your breathing sounds strange. And Snake had noticed. Junpei cleared his throat and tried to act calm. No, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right? Snake raised his eyebrow, but said nothing. He headed down the stairs, Junpei bringing up the rear. Like it. Okay, stop. He couldn't bring himself to ask. He told himself he knew the answer already, but he couldn't bring himself to ask what the girl's last name had been. With every step he took, the cold, hard sound of feet against metal dug his heart. Wow.
Hope will never die!